Tragedy struck in the city of Minden early Sunday morning when police responded to a double homicide on Austin Street. Police say they are in the early stages of their investigation.
In a Facebook post, the city says in part, his years of service to Minden were marked by his commitment and dedication to the betterment of our community, end quote. Tonight, the shooting still remains under investigation, and KSLA crews are on scene right now. We'll share new details coming up tonight at 10.
Just after 6 a.m. on September 1st, police responded to a home in Minden after neighbors reported hearing arguing followed by gunshots. Upon entering the home, they would discover an unresponsive adult male and an adult female.
A juvenile is in custody after admitting to shooting and killing 2 people in Minden. The shooting happened on Austin Street around 6:30 this morning. Police say 2 bodies were found inside the home, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. During investigation, a 10-year-old juvenile confessed to the murders of both victims.
The victims were identified as former Minden mayor, 82-year-old Joe Cornelius, and his daughter, 31-year-old Keisha Miles, who were both sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds. Cornelius was a longtime member of the Minden City Council who was appointed mayor for a time in 2013 after the previous mayor died. He was also a former sheriff's deputy and marshal. A pillar of the town's Black community, Cornelius was a former funeral home worker who had run programs for youth and helped launch local Black history observations. Joe Cornelius' years of service to Minden was marked by his commitment and dedication to the betterment of his community.
The Minden community mourns the loss of 81-year-old former Minden council member and interim mayor Joe Cornelius.
I mean, everyone's devastated at this moment. Everyone's devastated. It really hit our city hard. It really did.
Many say that he was an impactful leader to many.
He was a great man in the community, man. I mean, since we were kids.
Ice cream man?
He was the ice cream man. I mean, camping trips. He did a lot for the community.
I hate that when he's gone now, and he was a great man, a great person.
Cornelius served the town of Minden in many ways, like founding the Concerned Citizens of Minden organization, serving the Webster Parish Sheriff's Office, and much more.
I hate that when he's gone now, and he was a great man, a great person.
The shocking element of this crime is that a 10-year-old boy, who is a relative of both victims, has reportedly confessed to committing the murders. As police continue to investigate the crime, Chief McIver noted that 2 guns were found at the scene with empty magazines. According to a neighbor who also happens to be a relative of Joe Cornelius, the child was familiar with the layout of the home and knew where Cornelius hid the weapons. Apparently, the 10-year-old relative was autistic, and he and Cornelius were arguing over credit card charges used to purchase video games. The child was described as appearing scared, but with the mindset to commit a crime like this, although it is still unclear what the motive behind the killings just might be. The boy, whose name has not been released due to his age, was taken into custody and was accompanied by his grandmother, who was his legal guardian, during questioning. As authorities try to unravel the motive and circumstances behind this tragic incident, many questions remain unanswered. The incident has left the community in shock as they mourn the loss of Joe Cornelius, a man remembered for his dedication and commitment to making Minden a better place, and his daughter, known by many as a sweet and kind woman, who was simply trying her best day by day.
Man, gunshot. It was pow, 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 and then pow, 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 pow.
Just after 6 Sunday morning, Minden police were called to a home on Austin Street. Inside the home, police found 2 bodies identified as 82-year-old Joe Cornelius and 31-year-old Keisha Miles. Both suffered from multiple gunshot wounds. Neighbors are shocked and in disbelief.
He was real high respected in the community. He was real, he was sheriff department, he was the man for a little while after mayor and stuff, and he used to work at the funeral home and stuff like that. He was a good man. He was a good man.
An investigation led to the arrest of a 10-year-old juvenile who reportedly confessed to the deaths. According to neighbors, an argument broke out between Cornelius and the 10-year-old about credit card charges on video games.
I think that would help me arguing with him. I heard him, hollering and stuff. That was that was my cousin. I hated that happened, over a game and stuff. I don't think that's all right. The boy, autism. He was autism.
The Minden Police Department, sheriffs, and marshals were on scene. Cornelius was confirmed to be a former Minden city councilman and a former interim mayor.
And Joe got the arguing with him. The boy just pulled a gun out. Joe used to be a sheriff. He had guns because he used to work for the sheriff department. And the boy know where it was. It's a sad thing.
The current mayor of Minden released a public statement saying, "It is with deep sadness that we mourn the loss of Joe Cornelius Sr., a former longtime Minden city councilman and former appointed mayor of Minden. Joe Cornelius's years of service to Minden were marked by his commitment and dedication to the betterment of our community. On a personal note, I am grateful for his friendship and the many ways he supported me and others in our city. During this incredibly difficult time, I ask that we keep Joe's family in our thoughts and prayers. May they find comfort and strength in the midst of this tragedy. Let us come together as a community to honor Joe's memory and support one another through this time of grief."
A GoFundMe has been created to help cover the unexpected funeral expenses for both victims, offering the community a way to support the grieving family during this tragic time. The 10-year-old is being held on 2 counts of first-degree murder, and it is unclear whether the child has a lawyer to speak on his behalf. He will remain in custody until his court appearance, with authorities still working to piece together the events that led to this heartbreaking incident. The case remains ongoing.
Minden Mayor Nick Cox says he was grateful for his friendship and support. He shared a statement on the city's Facebook page saying, in part, "During this incredibly difficult time, I ask that we all keep Joe's family in our thoughts and prayers. May they find comfort and strength in the midst of this tragedy." Maya Nicholson.